Today's official attendance, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is 8,972. Hang on, there's no one here. What am I doing? I'm having a seniors moment. I've lost the plot. Jeez.
Newtown is coming.
Season 2019 was arguably the greatest year in the club's history.
Yeah, the pre-season 2019 was like many others, you know, hard work in the summer. We'd acquired Sifa Talakai and Wes Lolo, Matty Evans again, and we just had a few young blokes jump on board, and that was the basis of our squad. So we didn't think we were overstocked. We were always looking to bolster during the year, but it was just getting the right player.
But it didn't start the best, as we lost 6 of the first 7 matches.
The start of 2019, really tough start. The Sharks were busted, you know, and them being busted, we weren't getting back the players that we needed to be really competitive. But in saying that, we weren't playing good footy. Newcastle round 1, we bombed a couple of opportunities which hurt us, and then lost a bit of confidence. And you know, it took us. We got to the Norths game, I think round 4 or 5, where we jagged a win, then lost another couple. Yeah, so we're in a bit of trouble early, but the one thing we did do, we just stuck to our guns. We kept training hard, turning up. Even though we were disappointed, we didn't spit the dummy, or we didn't change, or we didn't think we just couldn't turn it around. We always thought we were only 1 win away from turning it around.
Then we hit a purple patch, winning 6 along with a draw from the next 7 games.
Yeah, we played South back at Henson. That started a mini roll for us. We won a fair chunk of the next half a dozen games, which put us back into the 8. Like, we were running last. Everyone thought we were legless. There was some stories about from other people outside our inner circle that we were gone. We didn't believe that. That actually spurred us on to make sure we turned the doubters around, and so it was a real incentive for us to get back into the 8, and which we did.
Talakai again, he's made metres again. Once more he's got options, this time to Pacelli. Now it's Pacelli who scores. Well, is it good to have a player of that experience on the field, even if his best days are possibly behind him, as Talakai is through. Has Evans on the outside. Evans once again. Let's hear it, Jamie Soward, because that man is in once more.
Oh, wow. Party time. Here we go. This is what the fans came to see. And Johnny Trad be on his way again after just getting back on that penny farthing. Can play anywhere in your team.
Yeah, we've seen him in the 1 and the 6 as Jackson Ferris, this near side of the field, has options left and right. Anderson, the only defender, shapes on the inside, goes himself. Jackson Ferris, too good, and the Jets are in again.
Wow. I feel like we're at a Formula 1. There's going to be that many people scoring runaway tries.
Talakai pops the ball away, and it's Evans who's away on that far side of the field. Goes himself, Evans. That is simple. He had Katoa on the inside, decided to go himself, and the Jets, another easy try, that far side of the field. This time, Matt Evans, last tackle. Kick over the top, Tanisi through comes Olakuatu. As Pacelli picks it up, and now Pacelli's away. There's no one in front of him. The chasers are coming through. Gives it back inside. The chasers arrive, pushes away. It won't matter. Will Kennedy will run away and score. The Sea Eagles, any chance they had, absolutely over, because Will Kennedy, on the back of the Jets break, scores the try that'll secure the win.
I think we went out to Aubrey Keach at Mounties. When we played out there, they had a pretty fair side, and we really turned up, and we comprehensively beat them, and that gave us the real confidence that, and we kept saying, it doesn't matter who we play, we don't care who we play. If we get our stuff right, we can beat anyone.
Then we lost 3 of the next 4, and once again the season hung in the balance.
And I think when we got back into the 8, we sort of hit a bit of a lull, and we lost a few in a row just after that. The message was you had to earn your right to attack. We're a good footy team. We had some individuals in that team that could turn the game on its ear, and that proved to be the catalyst at the end of the year. But you still got to earn the rights. You got to hang in there. You got to be close enough to be able to get there at the end. And early in the year, we didn't give ourselves a chance. Where back end of the year, we stayed close enough. And once the footy once it came down to the best team and the best footy, I believe we were the best team, and that some of the tries we scored at the back end of the year to win games, like Sione Katoa's efforts to get the footy down on numerous occasions, it's NRL quality. He shouldn't be in reserve grade. We were lucky we had a kid like that had some passion and loved to score a try, and the stuff he did, the rest of the blokes fed off it,
Flanagan with the footy, kicks it. This might be dangerous as well. Katoa is flying and... There have been some great tries scored at Henson Park, but that is up there with the best of them.
Jimmy, I've got tingles.
Yeah, the fight with a photographer, why not? We want to see the printed still on that one.
Some might say the turning point of the year was the Beer, Food and Footy Festival, where over 10,000 saw the Jets put on a clinic, demolishing the Bulldogs 32 points to 12.
I think one of the ones that really stood out is when we really started to turn it on and put those combinations together and sort of get a few key players back on the park was when we versed the Bulldogs here at Henson Park for the Beer and Wine Festival. That one really stood out, and I think, as much as the fans enjoyed it, the players enjoyed it too, and it's such a special occasion, such a great day here at Henson, so that one definitely stood out for me.
The Dogs were one of the good teams of the comp. They beat us in the grand final the year before, so there was always something to prove against them blokes. And we towed them up at the Beer, Wine and Food Festival. Big crowd, big atmosphere, big day.
Seriously, it's an awesome day, awesome occasion. I think the players, really want to, and the staff, of course, really want everyone that comes on that day to understand how much it means to us and how much it means to the club to have that support, and just from newborns to grandparents, it really is such a good occasion and such a great day.
We love the combination of the food, the footy, the beer. It's fantastic.
All the way, Jets. All the way, Jets. All the way.
And I just think the belief started to grow a little bit more. I think everyone knew after that yes, we can really give this competition a shake up, and we can go all the way, and there's always that little bit of how do you say it? Just the first graders coming back and all that sort of stuff and mixing in. I think there was no separation whatsoever. I think everyone understood that when they came back to Newtown, it was a privilege and it was special to play for the Newtown jumper. So I think after that performance, as I said, the one that stood out, everyone just started to really gel and understand that we could do something special.
And then we got on another little roll that sort of established us in the 8, and then we were actually looking to try and go further, and we ended up playing Blacktown in a late round at Brookvale. We had the game shot, and they come home over the top at the death, and we were absolutely gutted after that game. We thought we not only let our chance go for the top 4, but we also put ourselves in a bit of jeopardy to actually make the 8. There was a lot of things that fell in place leading into the semis. Aaron Gray shook off an injury. We signed Tyrone Phillips late in the year. We got a bloke called Toby Rudolph come back, and Tobe just built and built and built, and not only as a player, as a personality in the group, he's a larger-than-life character, which the blokes really fed off, full of confidence, and he wasn't going to get beaten. And when you put blokes like Sorensen, Bakuya, the leadership that those blokes showed, and Aaron Gray, and then you got the brilliance of Kennedy, Magulius, all the sort of young Blake Brayley, who was just rock solid all year, and the young front rowers like Vass and Jimmy Jolliffe, and then Wes and Sifar, and our halves Trick and Jack Williams. They just keep rolling off. When you keep rolling through these blokes, mate, we had a gun footy team, and all the things fell in place. And once we got to the semis, we knew everyone qualified. We knew we were coming 8th. But I said to a lot of people, us and Wendy will play the grand final, because they were similar. They got all their players qualified, so there was 2 strong teams down the bottom, and we're similar to Balmain and us in 212 that we qualified. They qualified all their blokes. So once you get them there, You got to go on a run of 4 wins, even though it was a shaky run we went on, but we had the players to do it.
I think it was just like everyone just really started to gel and really started to come together. I think Matto and the rest of the coaching staff just really wanted to instill in us that we really could go all the way. That we, if we believed, had a healthy squad and really started to get those combinations together, that, you know, that there is a chance that we could do something really special.
Finishing 7th after the home and away season, the Jets headed into the finals with some momentum.
Stick did us a favour there, Ricky Stewart. He held a couple back because the NRL was playing somewhere important, so he held some blokes back, and that just weakened them a touch, and I thought we were the better team, even though we didn't start well.
Yeah, the first half didn't really go our way. It's not the way we wanted to start it. We're under the pump. Mountie scoring some early tries, and you know, it wasn't something where everyone was dropping their heads or anything like that. I think it was just understanding that, you know, like, it's sort of do or die now after standing behind the try line a few times. We understood that, and all we needed to do was just D up a few sets and get together and you know, do what we needed to do, which was, you know, get some points on the board. So that was off the back of some really good aggressive defence, and we started to turn it a little bit there, and we scored a few tries heading into half time. And I just think, like, you know, igniting that flame of, all right, you know, we're back on the scoreboard here, we're back in the game, let's really start to turn it on. And I think when we came out in the second half, we were lucky enough to have the win behind us.
Flows to Kennedy. That is brilliant, Newtown.
Mounties really did show up that day, but I just think, you know, we started to believe we could do this, and I think we ended up blowing them off the park with a 40-point win.
We ended up winning pretty convincingly. At the end, we came home really strong and put some points on. So that was just a confidence builder, but it was also a wake-up call to say, it doesn't matter who you play, if you underestimate them and you're not at your best, you'll get beat.
Matto made it clear that, you know, we can't start like that again, but the way we finished is the way we want to play our footy.
Week 1 of the finals down, the North Sydney Bears were the next foe to face off against.
Two really good sides. Like, they were strong, they had all their players available, the Roosters was fit, and so they got all their players back.
I really thought this was a massive test for us, and we knew that the Bears were really going to turn up and bring it on that day. We played out at Leichhardt, and you know, we got there, and it was a stinking hot day. Straight off the bat, I think that was the first thing everyone was sort of talking about. How hot is it? How hot is it? But you know, everyone knew that North Sydney Bears weren't saying how hot is it. They were there to play. They were there to win.
Yeah, coming into that game, I hadn't played for a while for Newtown, and Matto called me the night before and said, "Yeah, you're playing." Ended up coming off the bench.
Starting early, straight off the bat, back-to-back tries for North Sydney. Everyone's standing under the post going, you know, is it going to be our day, or is it going to just be, you know, another day where we show up for the finals but we're not here?
So the way Matto had it was, if Jack got injured at 5'8", then I'd slide into 5'8" there. And yeah, so when I first came on, I was playing in the middle at lock, and then Jack obviously went down and slotted onto that left edge, just 5'8", for the rest of the game. And yeah, had to, you know, put my hand up and obviously help lead the team around.
Fortunately enough, we sort of had a similar start with how we versed the Mounties, and started slow, but turned it around, and we got 1 or 2 tries. I think it might have been 1, I'm not sure, but I can't remember now, but 1 or 2 just going into the break. You know, and we got in at half time, and Matto had a few things to say. Obviously, again, starting slow, not starting the way we wanted to. But again, everyone looked around and knew that we could do it. We could, you know, turn it around, and everyone knew that after half time it was really game time. We went out into the second half, and we started to really get aggressive, really get in the grind of footy. And I remember Tricky did a few sets just kicking down in the corner, and would just chase down and D up and D up and D up. And then the momentum started to swing. And I remember a few tries in when Tricky threw a dummy and he's gone through, picked up Willie K on the inside, and just where did he come from?
Kennedy will go back to back, and the Bears, they've sacrificed the lead because the Jets have
scored another one. Will Kennedy launched himself over the try line. The Jets literally flying here at Leichhardt.
You know, Jack Williams going down and hurting himself. Billy just going into 5'8" there and played a massive role for us. And even Teague jumping in the centres and doing his job really well. You know, Billy scoring a great try, picking Sione up on the inside, I think it was. And, you know, we started to really go, hold on a second, you know, like, we're on here, like, let's do this. And then later into the second half, again, North Sydney Bears score 1 or 2 tries, and then the momentum swung again. And we're standing under the post going, oh, you know, like, you know, we've done really well here, we've done really well, but, you know, it could go either way here. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Let's keep doing what we have been doing. So we're standing under the post, and he's lining up the kick to kick the goal. And he goes over our heads and he misses. And, you know, everyone's like, you know, that was, you know, lucky for us. I don't know if it was the footy gods watching over us or whatnot, but, you know, it was sort of maybe a little bit of luck, I don't know. But anyway, we just got on with the next job, and, you know, it really was a hard physical game. North Sydney really brought it. And, you know, there's a few sore and sorry boys after that, but at the same time, mate, me personally, that was a massive win for us. It was such a satisfying win, and such a tough, grinding win. And I really think that that game gelled us even closer, made us understand that, you know, let's take this competition by the scruff of the neck.
The victory against the Bears had the believers dreaming. Perhaps another grand final could be a reality.
Destiny was still in our hands after that.
But before that could occur, a fired-up Dragons outfit awaited.
The last few weeks, you know, we hadn't started well. We started poorly, we started slow, we started the way we didn't want to start. But then this game, we really turned up and we started really well. Scored some early tries, had 1 or 2 players that were fortunate enough to play for us that really helped us out. And, you know, it was exactly the way we wanted to start. And we were playing really well, and then in the second half, it was a different occasion at half time. It was, instead of staying with it and staying on top of things, it was, you know, instead of you know, like, let's get back to this, let's get back to that. It was just really keep doing our job, keep doing exactly what we were doing. And we went out of the second half, and this time we didn't really play in the second half the way we wanted to. Instead of chasing points down, we were, you know, being chased, and we really were. And I remember it coming down to, I think it might have been a kick again, and we sort of snuck through, I guess, a little bit.
That's it, full time.
We caused the problems, not them causing the problems. That's why we knew if we could address that, we were in the grand final up to our ears. So it was a good lesson to bring us back to reality, that last half of the third semi against the Dragons.
It was a real close one. It could have went either way, but you know, I thought we did well to hang on and win that game. I felt that we were playing, you know, we were playing footy to about 60, 65 minutes, and then we kind of went in our shell trying to protect the game a little bit. And every time you do that, you put yourself at risk. So, you know, I think that, you know, every time we played positive, you know, we ended up getting the result.
You know, we understood that sometimes this happens and it is finals footy, but, you know, everyone looking around again just going, we've done it, and, you know, we're on our way to the grand final.
Well, bugger me. After the start to the season, who would have ever believed we would be playing in another grand final? Grand final opponents, the Wentworthville Magpies, who finished 7th on the ladder, against the Newtown Jets, who finished 8th. Could it be a repeat of 2012 all over again?
The real key message during the week from Matto was, you know, to understand that, you know, if we play the way we can and we really take it to them, being such a physical side, Wentworthville, that, you know, we could make it happen.
So we looked at Wenny's team, they were stacked, you know, they had Hoffman, Gower, they had plenty of NRL experience there, which we knew was Stefano, the new gun, you know, the big front rower. We knew they were going to be really tough. Jennings, they had a stack of NRL quality players. Salmon, so We knew we were going to have to be, and we knew they were big and strong, and we knew they were going to come out and really give it to us.
5 successive wins for Newtown, so while they finished in the bottom half of the finals, they bring winning form into what should be an absorbing grand final. And plays underway.
First time I'd ever been to Bankwest Stadium, and I think majority of the boys the first time that they've been to Bankwest Stadium. So that was pretty cool, to be honest. The first part of the game was, I guess what I can remember is we were in control. We had them on their line. I think we scored 1, possibly 2 early tries.
Now Trindle and Kennedy with pace up from the back of ball to Mulatalo. And the Jets have opened them up and scored the first try of the grand final.
We could have really put some early points on the board, which we did.
Tackled by Kafusi and McKilrick. The pass goes away through Brayley, and an inside pass from Trindle to Talakai. He'll keep it alive. Brayley weighs it up, gives it away to Trindle. He goes to Magoulias. He's going to stab a kick through. It's a brilliant kick. What a try. Sorensen trailing up after some lovely skill by Magoulias. And Brad Fittler, your favourite player in the world, Billy Magoulias, he's got a kicking game. I didn't even know.
He's got everything, Billy Magoulias. I was talking to the coach when I was talking to him before the game, and we're talking about Billy, and he said, I hope Billy runs the ball and doesn't kick it today. Well, I'm sure he'll be eating his words right.
And then again, as games happen, momentum starts to swing, and it started to really feel like a grand final.
Jennings down a short side. They all went to sleep. Might be the last play of the half here. A little chip kick. Oh, it's been intercepted by Gower, and he's broken out of the tackle. He tried to kick ahead and went for an air swing, and Kennedy collects it, and he'll be tackled to end the first half.
It just really felt like a grand final. It was just grinding footy, back and forth. They were coming off the back fence, all coming off the back fence. It just really was. It was just grinding footy, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I just think, we got a penalty.
And again, Newtown struggling to make any impact on the Wentworthville defence. A chip here for Kennedy to chase. He's got it. He throws it on the boot. The 2 full-backs have clobbered into each other. Oh, gee, this is not good.
I don't remember we got a penalty, and Tricky was lining up the goal and absolutely nailed it and made it 14 all.
He's been kicking well all afternoon, and that one is perfect. 14 apiece. We're into field goal territory now.
I'm just going, here we go. And I think there was only probably about 10 or so minutes left into the second half.
It's 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes to go.
75th minute.
There you go. Yeah, so he kicked the goal, and there's 5 minutes to go on the clock, and everyone's looking around and screaming at each other, watch a short kickoff, watch this, do that, everyone saying their piece, and just making sure we could get it together. And then we went in extra time.
The siren's about to ring after this tackle is completed. If it's completed, Schaffhausen has lost it, and you wouldn't believe it's 14 all in the grand final.
I think it was a bit of a mixture of both, to be honest. I think some players thought it was, just golden point, and other players were saying, no, it's 5 each way, it's 5 each way. So I just think under the, the pressure and the fatigue and all that sort of stuff, I think people were wishing that it was golden point. I think some people were wishing it was 5 minutes each way, but, everyone got in a huddle and got together, and Matto just gave us a few key points of, just understanding that there is 5 minutes each way, that, we can grind them down and we can get there and we will get there. Just instill your belief and stick to what we need to do.
Extra time in the Canterbury Cup New South Wales Grand Final. 14 all after 80 minutes. Talk about history repeating. Back in 2008 when these teams contested the grand final, it was 8 all at full time.
We kicked off. I think we kicked off and Wentworth were coming down the park, and they're coming down the park hard, and they kicked a field goal.
And there's the field goal. So it is Wentworthville 15-14 after 2 minutes of extra time.
And everyone just sort of looked around at each other, and we knew it's all good. Everyone understood what the situation was, and still believed we could do it, and still believed that we had enough time to do it.
Jack Williams went down. and I slotted back into 6. And then there was an opportunity on the left side to kick the ball, and I kicked it to Tyron Phillips again, and he chased it and flicked it back on the inside of Aaron Gray. And you know, lucky for them, they had someone tracking back, and they grabbed Aaron and they stopped us.
Oh, what a tackle in cover!
Unfortunately, we lost Jack Williams at extra time. So, and there was a funny thing. I told Billy and Freddie brought it up in the coverage that I told Billy he's not allowed to kick, and it was because Billy was playing a bit of 6 for us, and when we got him back, he'd been to the NRL. I wanted him to actually run the footy and take the big blokes with him and play his lock role as a ball player. But when we lost Jack in extra time, Billy had to go to 6. And even though I didn't tell him his licence was renewed, he obviously knew it was renewed.
You know, the clock's just going down and down and down. It's getting, you know, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. And I just knew that it just there's no way that we are losing this game. I don't know if everyone else thought that way, but that's the way I was thinking. That we're just something, you know, like we just couldn't let this game go. I think even just, I don't know if it was 50 metres out, kicked a field goal, just anything. But I remember Billy standing on the inside and had Aaron Gray and Tyron Phillips out on the wing, and Billy's screaming for the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. And I'm thinking, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Like, is he gonna hit me early? Is he gonna throw a cutout? What's gonna happen here? And the next thing you know, he's got the ball early. And I'm thinking he's not gonna do it, is he? And he kicks the ball.
A kick by McGourley, yes, it finds Phillips on the fly! Back on the inside to Kennedy! He's going to sprint away and win the game for Newtown! Oh, they needed something special and they found it! Check it! That is an incredible piece of play! Ah, the Jets!
I pointed at Tyrone and said, hold the paint, which means hold the sideline. And then, you know, I think he knew I was going to kick. And I, you know, obviously had told him to stay up and be ready for something. And then I put the kick in and he chased it and it sat right in his lap. And then Will Kennedy did well to track through the inside and win us the game. But yeah, it wasn't a call. It wasn't something we had preempted. It wasn't something that Matto said, okay, let's do this. It was just something off the cuff, and yeah, I think that's why we caught him out.
Matto's just had a heart attack.
Billy, his instinct or whatever, or whether it was remembering that, he kicked him behind a crucial moment. Tyron Phillips catches on the full inside to Will Kennedy. We score under the post, grand final over. And yeah, it was just a mad feeling.
When that all happened, it just, I don't know, just the emotion of excitement, exhaustion, all the above just hit me at once. And just looking around, it looked like it hit a lot of people as well. And I think, you know, there was a few that ran to Tyron Phillips, a few that ran to Billy, a few that ran down and jumped on Willie Kay under the post. I just think there was just so much going on and so much excitement and so much emotion that I think I ran to all three of them, to be honest. And just got under the post and we all huddled around and jumped on each other and just really, really, you know, understood that we did it.
What are the chances? Short kick-off, Wentworth will try.
Oh, I don't.
There's still a minute or so to go, like the job's not done just yet. We all lined up and everyone's screaming out, make sure short kick-off, short kick-off, short kick-off. And they went for the short kick-off, and I remember the ball bounced out, and that might have been just the tipping point there for Wentworth. Everyone sort of come in a huddle and there's a bit of push and shove and whatnot, and I might have been Daniel Vasquez that went in for a headbutt or something or rather, and they turn around and the ref gives Wentworth the penalty. I think a few people might have had their hearts in their throat at that point. Basically, there was just one play left. If we could get this one play, that was it. We had the game in the bag. Anyway, so everyone's screaming and trying to, you know, you do this, you do that, and everyone telling each other that, you know, stay on your toes. And I remember the half getting the ball and everyone running around and we're thinking, watch the kick, watch this, watch the cutout, watch this, watch the inside, this or whatever it was. and he runs the ball and gets tackled, and everyone looked around going, we just won the grand final.
Newtown have one play to defend and they win the comp. Wentworthville trying for something miraculous. Davies, dummies, tries to go through. He's tackled and the Jets have won it. The mighty Newtown are back in the winner's stall.
The amount of emotion that came over myself, that came over the team, and I'm sure that came over the staff and the Newtown fans, it was very, very special. It was something that meant a lot to myself and obviously meant a lot to the Newtown faithful and the coaching staff and everyone. It was, when that hooter went, it was special.
To win that grand final was after the year before when we got rolled. I believe we were the best team in the comp the year before, but congratulations to the Bulldogs. They got the chocolates, but I think we self-destructed a little bit. And to get that monkey off our back and redeem ourselves and win the comp, it was just a great feeling for all the staff, the club, everyone. But I just got to give it to the players. Their belief, they didn't give up. They backed themselves. I've got to be honest, with 30 seconds to go, I thought we're gone, we needed a miracle, but we came up with one, and that's a credit to the players and the footy in this team, that they used their skill to pull that out at the death.
The man of the moment, Billy. Now, if you had to listen to your coach, he said he needs you to run the ball, not kick the ball. Can you believe that advice?
Yeah, I normally don't do what he says anyway, so, he'll be loving me for it now, but, we got the win, and that's what's important. We won it, so who cares what he said now?
Yeah, it was unreal. Like, I really wanted to win the comp playing for Newtown this year. Because I obviously want to play first grade, and to be honest, don't really want to be playing back here. I want to be playing first grade every week. So, this club's been awesome to me, and I thought, this is for me to repay what they've done, and obviously what people like Terry Rowney do for the club, and people like that. It's unreal, and it's second to none. And I've always said that about Newtown Jets.
I just want to thank Wenny first for a cracking game. Rare that 7 and 8 go at it in the final. I just want to thank the coaching staff and everyone involved at Newtown. Couldn't have done it without you this year. I want to thank all the boys, even the boys that didn't get to pull on the jersey today. It's a whole club effort, everyone putting on the jersey. So I couldn't have done it without you boys. And last but not least, I want to thank all the fans for coming out every week, turning up at Henson and out here. Couldn't have done it without you, so thank you, Zen. What a feeling.
There you have it, the 2019 Canterbury Cup premiers, the Newtown Jets, 20 points to 15.
We finished the game and we got a second to, really take it in and walk into the sheds. And I remember myself and everyone drinking out of the trophy and really understanding that, how good is this? This is what footy is all about. And to do it with the bunch of boys we did on that day, it was something so special.
Great footy, won this grand final. We backed ourselves right to the end and we scored an outstanding try. And it just made me so fucking proud today. Oh, This is the old club. There was old boys, blokes like Tommy Upcoil, Cole, all the blokes that have been the foundation and kept this club going, and Terry and all his gang, There's just some really true blue blokes. And this is for all of them winning this comp, because everybody's heartbroken last year and everyone's got a grin on their face today. So. The last four thing, we're going to fucking party hard tonight, but next week we're representing our club again and our state against Burleigh. So we'll party hard tonight, tomorrow off, back in Tuesday, and let's win this fucking state championship.
So we're on the bus, we're on the way back to the Peter Shamara cell, and we get in there, and you know, the trophy held high, and walking in to the RSL, and just all our supporters, and it was just so special. It was awesome, and really started to understand how much it meant to the players with our support, how much it meant to the supporters and the members and the sponsors and everything. It was just such a good night, such a great night of celebration.
Well, what an amazing win. But the job wasn't done. And now the Jets were off to ANZ Stadium to take on the Queensland champions, the Burleigh Bears, to find out who would be crowned national state champions.
We always talk straight after the game, like at the end of the day, we're representing our state next week and we're on national TV and we need to put our best, we need to make people proud of us. It doesn't stop here. We want to win that next one. And during the week, we got a few clips of Burleigh after their grand final win, and they were fully motivated to win the state cup. Which gave us the motivation or the realisation that, hey, if we don't turn up, these blokes are dead set, they're not partying on, they're not doing anything, they want to win the state cup. So we have to match that with our week preparation.
Yeah, look, it's always interesting playing those games because obviously the week before you're celebrating winning the New South Wales one and the one that you've been trying to win all year. And probably the guys aren't in the best shape to be playing footy. You know, obviously celebrating the week before, and it's kind of a weird feeling because you've won something, but you're trying to win more.
We lost 5 blokes out of our grand final team. Everyone a few people said, oh, they lost Pat Politoni early. We had 5 out of our team. They lost 1 early, and they had another hooker on the bench. I agreed, he was a big part of their team, but if you stack up us losing 5, our captain, we lost some blokes like Phillips and Aaron Gray that had 30, 40, 50, 60 NRL games between them. So we lost a lot, and it actually gave our blokes that didn't get a run, which I was really happy for in the grand final, Eastie, Wes, Luke Policelli, Jackson Ferris, gave all those blokes that didn't get a run in the grand final. There must have been one other that jumped in there. And it gave them an opportunity to play in this state cup, and it really finished the season with everybody actually playing a part, which was great for the boys.
Personally, I love playing at the big stadiums. It gets me going, and I think it's a real big game, and the boys are really keen for it. It's had that kind of New South Wales versus Queensland rivalry, and Burleigh had come down a few years before and embarrassed themselves against the Steelers, I think, and they got smashed. So they're obviously going to come down, second opportunity, and do the best they could. So. We had spoken about that during the week, and we knew that there was going to be a challenge on our hands, and the boys are ready to go.
Well, here we go. The first of 3 games on NRL Grand Final Day underway. The state championship, Burleigh kicking off.
We've gone into the game, and everyone really excited about the occasion. The ANZ is always on Grand Final Day, looking amazing, and everyone knew that, again, let's do it again. Let's make it even more special. Let's raise another trophy. So we started off the game and we kicked 2 points, and we were up 2-0. And unfortunately, a few things sort of weren't clicking. A few things weren't going the way we wanted to, and sometimes the harder we tried, the worse we got.
The first half in the state championship, we were dusty. We were a little bit off the pace, errors, but they were up for it. They were in our face. They were really pumped, and I believe how pumped they were early in the game actually took a bit off their second half performance, as well as their staff and their trainers verbally assaulted us through the game. Like they were giving it to Tricky and Wes, and as individuals they were degrading them, what they said on the field. There was nearly a punch up in the tunnel at half time with Wes and one of their trainers. I had to jump in between it. And that's all. When we sat down in the shed after the game, I said, these blokes don't respect you. They're talking shit about you. They're not treating you how you should be treated. You've earned the right to be here. Now, if this isn't any motivation to get back into this game, I don't know what is.
Half-time siren sounds. He's tackled there, Kennedy, 10 metres into the field of play. And an entertaining first half of the state championship.
So we got in at half time and we're down 10-2 and Ronnie been sent off, so we had 12 out on the park. I remember all sort of sitting there and I could just feel that everyone knew that that's not the way we play. That's not the way that we had planned. That's not what we spoke about during the week, is what we performed in the first half. And I remember Matto just pulling us all together and making such a clear message that, as the week before even proved, that this game was going to be win in the 80th minute. If we stick to what we had planned, if we stick to getting back to just grinding away, getting back to completing our sets and just that we could start to turn it around and swing it in our favour.
Here's the second half underway for the state championship.
So in the second half, you know, we're chasing the scoreboard, but at the same time knew that we had that message in the back of our head from Matto to just keep grinding away, keep grinding away, keep grinding away. I remember the Burley centre, I think it might have been, or the winger, screamed through down the sideline and was running away for a try. But I don't know if he knew that our number one, Willie Kay, was chasing him down, and he was just chasing and chasing and chasing, and he jumped on his back and he held him up. He held him up, and this was like, you know, a 50, 60 metre dash from Willie Kay, and he held him up on the try line. And to me personally, I thought that's what saved us the game. That's what got us back in the game, was that saving that try. And I remember the boys screaming down and getting him up and patting him on the back, and you know, because everyone knew that saved us the game, that play, and that was a big play.
They actually ended up scoring after that, but for him to chase, it gave the rest of the team just the belief that he hasn't given up. We're not giving up. We're going to keep hanging in there no matter what. And if you hang in there long enough, maybe the tide turns and the bounce of the ball goes your way, and you know, and that's little things like that just inspire the rest of the boys.
Anthony Don, what a take from the Don. He scored 2 tries this afternoon, tries to set up Fogarty, and now was that off Jamal Fogarty's legs? We're going to go to the bunker. Fogarty claiming a try.
So at this stage, we're down 16-2, and I think it was 27 minutes to go or something like that, and we were attacking down at their line, and as always, and as everybody knows, Sione Katoa and the corner post are like nearly best friends.
Wow! Sione Katoa! Spectacular! Just got a message from Sydney Airport and wanted to know what that was flying around ANZ Stadium. Have a look at this.
I remember we were defending at about the halfway mark as well, and Billy come out or something or other. They tried to put a kick through and it got charged down.
That's off legs, they're saying. Played at, are they? But it doesn't matter. It's been picked up here by Ferris. Ferris has got it. He's going to go away and score a try here. Jackson Ferris.
But again, message in the back of our head, just stay grinding until the 80th minute. Again, down on the try line, and we shift another play to the right. Again, Superman, or whatever you want to call him, Sione in the corner with another great try. Absolutely, such a good finisher.
Here it is, Sione Katoa again from the corner. He's in. Katoa. We've got a 2-point ball game and a conversion from out wide to level things up.
Tricky was lining up the goal to, you know, hoping to make it 16-all. Unfortunately, as always, you know, I couldn't kick a goal to save my life, but you know, he missed that one, and so it was 16-14.
Yeah, like there's always time in footy, I think, and you can score 2-3 tries. You see in the NRL, you can score 2-3 tries in 10 minutes. So if you kind of win a little block of the game, you can score those points back.
I think there's a few back-to-back sets on their line, and we'll try and play after play after play and pushing, and you know, we could see the white line, but we just couldn't get there. And yeah, the clock started to run down, and everyone was. I think everyone was starting to look at the clock.
I'd given up. I was really proud of how the boys fought back into the game, but I thought we just left our run too late. We had one play, and you know, anyone that says they were confident with that pull out of that situation is in Disneyland. But luckily, that Billy McGulius had some faith.
You know, all Burley was thinking about is just kick the ball out, pack a scrum, wind the clock down, slow it down. We've got the game in the bag. We've got this. We've got this.
Fogarty won't get a kick away. 20 seconds left. Changeover.
I've gone to play the ball, but before I played the ball, I looked up. There's 13 seconds left on the clock. So I played the ball, and I remember just looking to my left, and Billy's got the ball and last again. 13 seconds to go.
Sorensen will get up and play it. Brayley, they've stacked the short side. Kick over the top for Militalo and Ferris. Ferris has got the bounce. Jackson Ferris has got the bounce. He'll score an amazing try. And the Jets will steal the state championship. They were gone. They were gone. Try awarded. The Jets will win. A remarkable, amazing finish to the state championship.
Obviously I wanted the ball in my hands, and Blake went to the open side to go to his halfback, Tricky, Trindle, and yeah, he came back to me, and I saw a little space where the fullback was sitting in the pocket a little bit at the back, and Anthony Don was waiting for me to pass the ball to my winger, like a cutout, and I kind of put it in between both of them, and they were both chasing opposite direction, and bounced to its right. And
15 inside their own half.
Yeah, wasted 10 seconds there, didn't
Brayley, they go short side, they try the chip. McGulius does it's gone! Ferris will run away and score! I'm having McGulius here! The foot of God belongs to Billy McGulius! 2 weeks in a row! He's produced a chip that Jonathan Thurston, Darren Lockyer, Andrew Johns couldn't produce. It's extraordinary. The Jets have won it. The Burley Bears players are strewn everywhere. Just when you think you've seen it all, Billy McGulius, he may have a statue made for him in Athens after that.
I wasn't trying to hit someone. It wasn't like the week before where I was trying to hit Tyrone on the full. This one I was put it in the space and see what would happen with the ball. I knew if I put it in the air that by the time he caught it, or even if he had dropped it, people would have got around the ball, and it would have just been like, no, we wouldn't have scored, so we're too far out. So I thought I'd put it in, somewhere dangerous in that little spot where it can bounce anywhere, and it did. It bounced right. I kicked that wrong, so I kicked it and the ball didn't go the way I wanted it to go off my boot, but because I'd kicked it wrong, it had bounced to the right. It was either going to bounce right or left. It wasn't going to bounce straight back on its point, so I thought, I miskicked it, and that's why I went to the right.
So you could say that that's perhaps the greatest mistake you've ever made in your life?
Not quite. We won, so yeah, no, it was okay.
I don't know what it was, the emotion, it just all kicked in again of, we have done it. We have done it. And people were running down. I think our staffers or players are running onto the field, and it was just absolutely unbelievable. It was unbelievable the way it came off, and it was truly, truly special. It was unbelievable.
I think that was more crazy than the week before, because the way it eventuated and how 2 weeks in a row it was off a kick, and people probably have never seen me kick before, so they're probably like, where's that come from? And
I've never been involved in a game like that last one, especially on the back of our grand final. The game, people said, it must have been unreal. I said, it actually wasn't. Both games, we were coming from behind, we were fighting, we were clawing. There was 80 minutes in the second game and 90 minutes in the first game, but I wasn't comfortable until the last 5 seconds of the game. They were both stressful games that beat me down, and after the game, it was just, even though it was elation, I was just fatigued physically and mentally from the games. Yeah, they were draining.
I just can't put it into words, mate. It was something that was just so special and so amazing. As much as it meant to the players, we understood that how much it meant to the Newtown faithful, how much it meant to all our staff, how much it meant to everyone behind the scenes, how much it meant to our sponsors, how much it meant to our members. It was just unbelievable. And I remember down I think it was the northern end, we all gathered together and got a photo, and just everyone together and everyone jumping around on each other, everyone just, it was just such an incredible feeling and so satisfying. And you know, just having that feeling of, we did it.
You'll never see a team win 2 competitions in that way ever, and you never have. It's something that go down in folklore. I know all the Jets, but I still run into people now where I'm in holidays, a pub, whatever. Someone goes, oh, he's the Jets coach, and they want to talk about the 2 kicks and that, and I reckon it'll go on forever.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome for the club. It obviously means a lot to, you know, the care around this place and how much people care about Newtown. I don't think you'll ever get that feeling anywhere else, and I think that doing that and seeing the way people reacted just showed that. And you know, you can't make that up. You can't build that. It's just something that's in this club, and I think we'll be in it till, you know, forever. So. I think the guys that play here understand that, you know, the club's got a rich history and it's proud, and the people love it. That's the most important thing. The people love it, and you know, there's guys in the background that have obviously helped keep this club alive when, you know, there was no money, there was no this, there was no that. So, you know, I think every time you win it, it's not about me and it's not about the players that we, you know, obviously played, you know, because some of us are going to move on and some of us, you know, will play again. You know, you never know. But I think that it's important that the people, you know, it's the people's, you know, comp that we won for them. So they get to look back at 2019 and go, yeah, Newtown Jets were the premiers, and obviously see how it happened and all that. But they get to keep that, and you know, they'll be in the club forever. A message to all the team, the coaching staff, the supporters, just everyone involved. Thanks for sticking, you know. Thanks for being great supporters. Thanks for being great players. The players actually bonded really tight through the back end of that, you know. Different personalities, everyone's not going to be on the same page, but they all dug hard for each other, and the spirit in the team as we built was great. I need to thank the Sharks as well on top of that. You know, we got great support from Bomber and their coaching staff at the back end of the year. They all had their Blue Bags gear on and their Newtown stuff on and supporting us, which was great. We are one club, and another thing, for those young blokes to come through and win a grand final, and a lot of them are going to push through to NRL now. It's a great recommendation or attribute to our club, the Jets, that they don't come here and go backwards. We provide a platform for them to play their footy, and hopefully they become fixtures in the NRL in years to come. I've thanked the players, I've thanked the supporters. I really want to thank the staff, you know, our support staff, our training staff, our coaching staff. I'm not going to mention you, everybody knows who they are, they're regulars, but if I forget one, I'll be kicking myself. But they know who they are. And to Terry, Stewie, Olga, you know, with all their support of the players in good and bad times, and our great committee, like the stuff they do off the field to have these mad days where we get 8,000 to 9,000 at a game. No, you know, we beat NRL teams in crowds sometimes, so no in-trust team's ever going to be able to say that. So it's a team effort from everybody, and thanks very much.
News Limited journo Paul Kent said,
They are probably the rugby league story of the year.
How did they win this?
Look, they finished. They finished 7th, then finally won the New South Wales.
Look at this.
This is the last play of the game.
And they've died seconds.
Seriously, it was remarkable.
They won the Canterbury Cup grand final
in the same way,
exactly the same circumstances.
Billy Magoulias to Jackson Ferris, and the Burleigh. I don't know how they've gone. They probably haven't been asleep, the Burleigh Bears, but they're still thinking, how the hell did we lose that?
They were in complete
They had the ball completely surrounded,
yeah,
except for about a gap of this much, and that's where the ball bounced.
Yeah.
Guys, what a great year that was. I found $10, registered on the dole, I was lucky in love. And the Newtown Jets won the Canterbury Cup Grand Final. And we also won the State Championship Grand Final. Who can forget? You just saw it right then. And if you weren't part of us last year, you make sure you're going to be part of us this year, because as you know, well, you can see what we've done. We're going to do it all again. So tell your friends, tell everybody, bring them all to Henson Park. We want to make this our biggest year ever, and we're going to go back to back. So if you're not there, you will regret it. Be there. Now I'm getting back to my pre-season training.